They should send like at my job. At my job, they can send us notifications saying they're there. We should have that on this. Oh God.
Hey, there's motivation.
Personal comment. Go ahead.
Right. Apparently, it's all right. We're live. We're live, Matt. So
are we live? Oh my God.
Yours.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to BatYard's Finest. Welcome to BatYard's Finest, where we're bringing the latest news of Superman and Batman and other pop culture news. And what's it called? We're going to be talking about Mob Psycho 100, episode 1, and The Conjuring. And to my left is...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on.
Wait, what are you...
Yeah, you're.
Which way are you pointing?
You're pointing at no one. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
On my screen, I'm pointing at Josh. I'm flipped. I flipped me.
No,
I flipped me, so it worked well. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it, man. I get it.
Well, okay. Well, I'm Josh. I was totally free for someone else to do it because I was looking up information about the movie. But yes, I'm Josh from BatYard Productions, from Metropolis. How are you doing? So yeah, Matt, you got a point. You it's part of it.
I know, but I flipped it back to be with, so it's working with you guys. So
this is just like Tenet.
This guy now. No, I'm angling.
You got it.
I angled. All right, down below.
And hey, everybody, I'm Connor, and I'm back in Earth Prime. Good to be here. Bad to be anywhere else.
Good to have you, Connor. I'm glad to have you back on again.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, no, this episode, we almost had you on for the last episode, but it didn't work out. So that's all right.
Conflicting schedules. I'm really bummed I didn't get to talk about Fright Night with you guys, because
I never seen the other one. That was a good one.
Nah,
we had some good choices.
They both hold such special places in my heart.
All right, we're going to the BSB
for various reasons, yeah.
Right.
Some of which you brought up.
We're going to the BSBS stuff. So Connor, you can literally tell us what your feels on that movie anyway, if you want to.
Oh yeah. What are your thoughts? Yeah.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to last week's episode of BatYard's Finest Podcast. The original Fright Night movie from the 80s is unbelievably camp, borderline pornographic at times, has an amazing soundtrack, though, and is one of my favorites. Fright Night 2011 is really, really good in the first, 45 minutes. Then everything after Peter Vincent's apartment, things start to get weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, the first half of the second movie is not bad. That's how I feel in a nutshell.
Yeah. Oh, I can say better myself. You know? Yeah.
Hey.
I also like how much the 2011 version is between Bram Stoker style vampires and Twilight, because that type of vampire was still at a fever pitch.
That's what we were saying.
Colin Farrell was like Dilf Edward.
He did look like Edward. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Exactly.
He almost had it. I think sometimes where he walked into the sunlight, he kind of had some.
They're jeans, not a chandelier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Matt. What's the BSBS?
Which way are you pointing, Jerry?
Matt's over here.
You're making fun of me? I'm right here. Okay, shenanigans are already activated. All right. For Jerry, okay, so one of my BSs, I'll just, we did last time, we took turns, basically. Has everyone seen the Halo trailer that's been going around for...
Yeah, I did finally watch it, and it looks really good.
It looks amazing. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably like every.
Yeah.
That was part of it. That was part of it for me.
But, well, like it was like it's the trailer. It looks actually freaking amazing. It's putting like all these video game movies to shame. Even fucking Sonic is just giving.
Well,
it
I
a
hope
fucking
Sonic
big
isn't
middle
your bar
finger.
for success.
Lately, yeah, it is.
I mean, that's probably the
Everybody's
best-
stating it's the bar of success.
That's the best
Video game
one
movie that
to
came out,
date.
right?
Well,
The
that and
best
Detective
video game to
Pikachu.
movie adaptation of all time are the Angelina Jolie, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider movies. I will die on this hill. I've been saying it since 2010, and I'm going to keep saying it.
I haven't seen either one, so I have no.
You can the
I
Cradle
haven't
of Life
seen it
isn't
either.
important. The first one though is rock solid and totally holds up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to watch
always
this.
looked
When she gets the
interesting.
skin tight.
Yeah. It
Got
always
it.
looked like
That's
a movie
my
I
BS
was
to BS.
I wanted to see it. I never seen.
Yeah, dude.
I haven't really seen.
Oh
any
yeah,
video game movies.
I actually
they do the
owned it.
tutorial level and
I just
everything,
didn't
where
care.
she's like doing flips around her mansion. Minor spoiler if you haven't played the game or seen the movie,
That's
but it's been like 20 years and
Yeah,
30 years for the other one. So
you should throw that. You should throw the Lara Croft Tomb Raider episode one time. We should.
I would love to do that episode. Yes.
That'll be a good one.
Okay.
That's a future one.
I've been digging up somewhere,
Mhm.
actually. But yeah, it's that Halo trailer. So all of us seen it except for Josh? You haven't
No.
seen it? Oh, dude, if you watch it, it looks like. Have you seen the what's it called? The remastered Halo 2 game?
To be honest, the last
They put
time I
out
paid
like,
attention
years
to
ago?
Halo was like Halo 4. So like I haven't paid attention to anything Halo since then. That was
Don't
probably
feel bad.
2013.
Okay. So
I don't know.
yeah, I don't feel everybody. We're gonna get. We're gonna get a lot.
That's
yelled at by a
fine.
lot of
I just
Halo
dropped
fans
off. I
because
don't know.
Halo
Well,
dropped
yeah, I was gonna
after
say.
Reach for me. Halo dropped pretty hard body because Reach was
Yeah.
probably the last good game, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then everything after that is just garbage. I played 5 and it went straight to Call of Duty. I suck at Halo. In fact, Jerry see me play Halo. I'm
We're in
bad
the
at Halo.
same boat.
I played 5. I was winning games. I was winning games in Halo 5, and that's bad.
I would argue that every Halo after
Oh,
Halo
man.
3 was basically not worth anyone's time or money.
Yeah. I mean, Halo 4 was okay, but
I would
yeah.
like to say
Actually, that's true. Yeah, and I
Halo-
liked Reach too. I rescind that. I liked
Yeah.
Reach.
Yeah.
Reach and ODST were
I
good.
reached,
Those were
like, the
probably
thing
the
is, like-
last two favorites. I wouldn't put them high, but
I don't
would
know. I
be like,
hate-
oh,
I didn't
if
like
somebody
ODST.
said, "Hey, I got ODST and Reach. You want to play in 1 week?" I'd be like, "Yeah, yeah."
But which one would you pick? But given
I'll
the tip.
play it.
Me personally, I would pick ODST because I like the story for that one. The combat was kind of so-so with the engineers, but I enjoyed it.
Oh, you're not Spartans. You're actually
Yeah,
just,
you're the
what's it called? The
you're the
military.
crew of the Firefly, led by Nathan Fillion, and you.
Go zoom zoom.
Yeah,
Yes.
that joke's hilarious if you've seen Firefly.
I haven't seen Firefly.
Okay.
I've only
I
seen,
only
like,
hear great
memes
things
of
about it.
Firefly. I don't know anything about it.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's
heard-
one for the comment section.
It hurt
Yeah.
Connor.
We're sorry. We're supposed to be talking about
Well,
Halo over
the
here.
only-
We came here to talk about Halo.
Well, the thing, I'm gonna be done with Halo by Halo talk, but
like an hour.
what's bothering me is I haven't seen what's it called, Sergeant Johnson.
No,
yet.
true. Who are they
We
gonna
haven't
get?
seen him yet, and we don't know
Denzel
where
for
this
Sergeant
movie- I
Johnson.
haven't-
Say it with me now.
I think Denzel would be a good
All right.
Sergeant Johnson.
Right?
He would.
Yeah, he'd be the
He's
best.
finally got the age to do it.
Right? Yeah. Could you imagine like kicking Master Chief in the ass as he gets out of the Pillar of Autumn? It'd be awesome.
That would be great to see.
But have we
Fingers
figured out,
crossed,
like-
Hollywood. If you're watching, make it happen.
But have we
Yeah.
I'll give you
figured
that
out
one for
where
free.
this timeline is, though? Like where
Mr.
this
Hollywood.
Halo is? Do we know where the timeline is for this Halo? Because this could be after
I don't know any
3
details.
I don't know
or
any
shit
details.
about
before
Halo.
3.
I know nothing about Halo.
Because-
I don't know the story. I just know you shoot people.
Okay, I was gonna say I didn't think you were a Halo guy. I didn't think you were.
Definitely.
I like
Josh
playing
hoodwinked
the
into
game.
it.
I just don't know anything about the story.
Sure.
I literally couldn't know.
Josh
less.
got hoodwinked into the game to play online mode with all of us. I think
Yeah, that
Robbie
was
got
like
him into it,
That was the way I played. Yeah.
and he never played
Yeah, I would just play
story.
online with friends, and I was like,
Now, see, I was kind of the opposite. Like, I dismissed Halo in the early days because I just thought it was a bro game, and I thought the story didn't matter at all. It's got a really interesting story, Halo.
Mhm.
Super
Halo's
interesting.
got a
like-
really interesting story. I love the lore,
It does. I like you said. I like the lore and everything too. But
which is why I'm excited for the show.
What's it called? The gameplay is just difficult in a way.
Oh, yeah,
Where it's
absolutely.
Wait, this is a
you don't
show.
have a good speed. What?
This is a show. I thought it was a movie that's coming out.
No,
No,
it's a
it's a show.
It's on
That's a
Paramount.
show.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, ongoing series. So.
Totally expecting
Yeah,
a movie.
and the
I know.
graphics.
better
You
choice.
thought you weren't going to get enough, Master Chief. Josh, can you handle all this, Master Chief? Can you handle
It's
8
like-
45-minute installments of Master Chef?
Yeah. I
Chief?
mean, this is
Master Chief.
Master Chef. Yeah.
What I say?
I love
I-
that. That'd be funny if he's actually cooking at one point.
I feel like
I'd watch that.
This is probably a good way to digest the story, though. I'd be more interested in watching it this way than watching the game, like someone play it. I guess, like
Yeah.
if they do it right, because there's no way I'm gonna go back and play the Halo games just for the story. Like
At
I'm
this point.
past
with
that
this
right
one?
now. Yeah.
with this, with the take of the trailer, it's not gonna follow suit of the storyline. It's literally gonna be its own part addition to the storyline. And it's gonna maybe go back to lore because none of the games have this Master Chief taking in this girl and having all this other shit going on and all this other stuff.
So this might be like a Mandalorian Book of Boba Fett situation. Like, oh, here's what happened in the 5 years between these two established.
Yeah, basically that's what I'm thinking. It's gonna go like that, and like they don't ever with Halo, they never really touch upon other Spartans other than in Reach and like background like information. We never see another Spartan interact with Master Chief. And this one, we have 3 to 4 other ones that are set up to go onwards. And I feel like that's going to be the team that's in Halo 5 that's hunting him.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the team that's going to be like being like on like set up for their original missions to get us to 5. But I don't know. I need to look into it more. But I may have to get Paramount Plus to actually watch this because I'm kind of getting interested in watch it. And that's a
I will
sad
have to
thing.
get your password for Paramount Plus because I'm not giving money to that. But good for you.
Yeah. They have South Park and all Nickelodeon stuff too. Like they just gave
that's pretty good.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone like $4 billion for all the South Park material?
Yeah. For like 9 specials, I think it is. They agreed to.
Yeah, like 9
original specials.
But we have like
I
2
actually
original
seen the
specials
new one
that's
that came out.
COVID-related.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah.
I haven't watched either one yet.
Oh my God, they're so good.
Those
They're
are
so
good.
I
fantastic.
still need to watch them.
You should. They're worth
updates
the
from my
watch.
friend Jimmy. Like I know Jerry watches like some like highlights or some like couple minute like reels of it, and him and Jimmy start talking about it. I'm like, this is the only way I'm getting close to it. That's it.
Yeah. I want to experience it.
You got any more BS, Matt?
I'll just pass the stick basically to somebody else. Who else has BS?
I have BS. So
yeah, Jerry did his research.
I saw this like a day ago, and I thought, this is no way this is true, like at all, especially from this particular company. So in 17 days, Netflix is going to put out another Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes, I saw that.
Heard about that.
It looks fucking crazy looking. I saw like a poster.
I watched the trailer for it. For something that's going to be Netflix, I think that they are actually doing a movie right for once. Because they have, they brought in some executive producers from Don't Breathe.
Oh, okay.
the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I just watched this like 30 minutes ago. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart right now. It's one more other like really good show or movie, and I think they're even bringing back someone from the original. I'd have to.
Everybody's doing that.
Yeah,
is this going to be a Halloween Kills or is this going to be the Matrix
Scream.
Resurrections?
Or Scream.
I'm thinking it's going to be Scream.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
I haven't watched it either, and it's been out for a month, so nobody said anything about it. So it's either been so good no one's talking about it, or so bad
or nobody saw it.
Like the thing is, I never got caught by Scream. It's just another slasher movie that's just like whatever. I didn't care for it, and it went on forever.
I think the problem with Scream, that the thing that keeps most new fans from getting into it is it's just drowned by sequels. You know, it has so many sequels. The original is a classic. The sequels are so B-list that they're all so forgettable.
That's what happened to a lot of the hacker genre.
Yeah, exactly. He was an icon. Ghostface was the gold standard.
Oh yeah, new age mask forever, and
I haven't seen the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, I never seen that movie. That's always a movie.
I don't think I have either.
Seen it.
I've seen it once, and it really blew my mind. I was also like really young when I watched it, so I would remember bits and pieces.
Oh man, that's what I might remember. Movie to watch when you're young. Yeah,
I think I was in like 5th grade when I watched it.
Oh shit! Yeah,
and
that's intense. Yeah.
Well,
I'm just like, oh wait, go what?
No, continue.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and from seeing this one little trailer, I think they're trying to still stay true to the lore of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, kind of. It's like, it's more of like they're taking the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre and throwing it in modern times.
Oh,
because I think what's going to be the best kill scene is Leatherface is on obviously a party bus, because that's, the new thing with people from out of town, bridal showers, whatever. And they're all taking out their phones and they're going live. It looks like on Instagram maybe, and they're recording. They're like, dude, if you don't stop, you're gonna get canceled. And then he just fucking revs up the chainsaw, and then it's like an immediate like just flash and a skip to where he's got the dude in the chainsaw like in the roof of the bus, and he's just fucking gunning it, and it's just blood and it just handprints of people trying to get out.
This is in the trailer. Like all this is in the trailer.
In the trailer.
That's an intense.
You can put anything on the internet.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you're right.
But
Netflix doesn't care. They just do whatever they want to do nowadays. But
it's either going to be good,
releases good,
or it's going to suck. And that's just Netflix now. Netflix, I love you, but get it together.
Now the way you're saying like modernize it.
Yeah.
What? Definitely.
They've gotten better with shows, but they still got to pick up with the movies.
Yeah, I haven't seen really a good movie from Netflix in a while. They had that.
My favorite movie is The Ritual. The Ritual was my favorite horror movie they put on there.
That is a scary movie.
It's kind of fucked up.
I haven't watched that one. I've seen it.
That one is about four friends. They end up going to Switzerland for a hike in the mountains, and they went because remember the friend that said I wanted to go to Switzerland and hike the mountains, so they did it, and the name of him, and they just end up in a bad situation, and shit just goes down. It's just
really like terrifying imagery, like Wendigo style shit.
Oh shit!
Yep, that's it. But the Wendigo is a weird take because it's not like how you would think of it. It's a different monster. It's a different setup, and it was a Nordic reimagining of the Native American folktale. Okay.
Yeah,
it's pretty dope.
Yeah, the only one I know is the
maybe that'll be another pick for it.
Wendigo. It's from Until Dawn. It's just that.
Oh yeah,
that's just
great game.
I know.
Great game. That's one with Freddie Mercury in it.
Yeah, it has Rami Malek. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah,
That's his name.
That's my favorite movie. No.
Oh, really? No, but Jerry, you're saying this movie's like mixing between the old fashioned to modern day stuff. Like it's like feels like the older movie, but it's gonna have like modern day settings and everything.
This is what it looked like.
That's what the feel is off this first trailer. I hope they put out another one because I'd like definitely if you're even just remotely like they're doing a new Texas Chainsaw, I highly recommend you watch it because it takes you for a trip. And I think it could go one way or the other. I think it could be good, especially if they do it right, or they could fuck it up if they try to bring, too much nostalgia and play too much into what people expect.
That's what I'm like worried about because remember the 2009 Jason movie that came out?
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that one. I know. The Freddy one.
But I know, but like that's my feeling is like with they're going modernizing it. That's what they did with this one, and it didn't get anywhere. It just went nowhere. It didn't even get through a doorway. I think it could have had that movie could have had a possibility of going onward for a second one, but it just didn't work out with fans. But they did a lot of like you're saying, like a lot of fans' favorite scenes, like with the bow and arrow getting shot at someone getting shot with the bow, and like everyone dying and everything. It was somewhat like resembling something happened in other movies in a way. But that's what I'm afraid of. Like you're saying, like they're gonna copy basically other movies of Chainsaw Massacre murders. Who did the last one though? The last Chainsaw
I don't
movie.
even remember.
That came out like what? I think they put one out like a few years back, now like around like 2000.
Oh, are you talking about the one with Jessica Biel?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I seen the movie. I don't remember the director, but I remember it wasn't good. But I think I have seen that one, which is the shitty thing. I seen the remake, but
I saw the bad one, but never seen the good.
Exactly, like the total.
It feels like that's how it goes with all of us.
Yeah, we'll get exactly.
Well, it looks like Connor's looking it up. Does anyone else have any BS?
Let's see here.
Yeah. So I guess the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio movie is finally coming out. That's been like on hearsay for at least like 2 years.
I dare say.
I guess it's going to be stop motion. I don't know. I saw like a really short clip that Netflix is going to release. I haven't seen the trailer or anything, but it looked like it was stop motion.
So another Netflix movie.
Yeah, but Guillermo del Toro is a really good director, so I'm excited for that.
Oh, I'm not saying anything about him. I'm just saying it's another Netflix movie. So wow, 2 Netflix movies in one podcast.
Yeah, I don't. That's the only thing I could really think of. I was going to ask you guys all a question, but I completely forgot my question. So.
While we're still on the topic of Netflix movies, I got to interject this one because Connor and Matt were talking about The Ritual, and it made me think of it. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called like Shrooms or something, but it's about these group of friends. And they go in the woods like hiking, and they get high on this like really weird mushroom. It's like one of the girls does.
Yeah,
and so I don't remember it because I don't remember if it's still on there. But that was the best movie I have ever seen Netflix put out, and the whole time they're just finding all these abandoned. Yeah, that was a Netflix movie.
Okay,
I think it was.
Yeah, I don't even know how I watched that. I remember, like, I forgot completely about that movie until you just mentioned it now. Like, I was like, oh, I have seen it. I don't remember. Yeah.
Like, the whole time, all of them are running away from a killer that she's imagining and hyping up until, like, the very end of the movie.
That's amazing.
You figure out she's the killer.
Oh,
and
wow,
so like it does quick flashbacks to all the kill scenes, and I'm like, holy shit, I didn't expect that. Because it's like as she's killing them, she's got a wicked smile on her face because she killed her boyfriend by stabbing him in the back with a pickaxe, and she's like, I love you too, baby, and she's just, damn,
it's like My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah. Yeah, oh my god. I like that's one of those movies like I completely like decataloged.
If I can find it again, I'm
just gone now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put that on my queue.
Connor, do you have any BSBS?
No, just that.
Oh.
Connor?
Matt, did you
Connor, I think we lost you.
Sorry, I muted myself.
Oh.
My bad. Oh. Wonder how long I've been muted for.
Don't do this.
You were getting worried.
Whoops. So sorry. What was the question?
You have any BSBS?
No. I think we covered it all.
Okay. All right.
Did you find that? Were you looking up that Chainsaw Massacre movie or no?
Oh yeah, that was Marcus Nispel.
And when did it come out?
08 or 010?
I don't know who that is.
It was 03.
03.
Oh wow, that's really old.
Yeah.
That was before all the other shitty remakes. Okay.
True.
It started the curse. No, okay. So we have no more BSBS.
What could be worse?
Let's shoot into what's it called? Mob Psycho 100, episode 1. Okay.
Mob Psycho 100, episode 1.
Who do I freaking pick out of this? All right, I'm just gonna. I want to go Connor. Let's go Connor.
Okay, yeah. So as the second your fellow weeb, I was very excited to take this dive. Didn't know what to expect, but yeah, I gotta say I'm hooked on this. I added it to my queue. I'm definitely gonna get into Mob Psycho 100. So to give it a clip
before you go any further. So how far did you get with it though?
I just watched the first episode so far. Because then I have to go back and watch the Conjuring.
It gets crazier down the road.
Oh, as the numbers go up, I bet it does.
It bets get batshit crazy in season 2.
Oh, man.
All right, now synopsis. Go.
Okay, so episode 1 starts out with a montage of our main character, Mob. Excuse me, I threw up in my mouth a little bit. I'm so excited.
I'm sorry, you two.
That's how good this show is. It makes you want to throw up.
Yeah, it's insane. That's what you love about anime.
Rainbow
wow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the best synopsis. All right, for views.
Nice. So yeah, Mob is defeating this horde of presumably dark spirits with extreme ease. All the while, we see a quick counter counting up, starts at like 50, goes up to 60. And as the fight commences, his energy becomes more and more radiant, and the counter gets closer to 100 until eventually he reaches apparently psychic critical mass. The counter reaches 100, and there's just an explosion of this energy radiating from this tiny child. And then it flashes back, presumably to, I don't remember if there was a specific increment of time it showed, but basically that intro was our introduction to the show, and then we hop back to well before the explosion commenced. And we meet a ne'er-do-well fake psychic scamming some people, trying to expel a dark spirit from their house. Turns out dark spirits are very real and an accepted thing in this world. But our fake psychic is just that, a fake. So that's when he calls up Mob. Yeah, his assistant, who has a long name, but is nicknamed Mob, so easy to remember. And he is an actual psychic of apparently great power, who is able to dispatch spirits very easily. And as the show progresses, there are quick pullouts, quick sides where it shows you time until Mob's explosion. At a counter starting around 17. And by the end of episode 1, I think it's up to 40 or something like that.
Yeah.
So all the while, the show is foreshadowing getting to that epic battle and critical mass moment that was teased at the beginning of the episode, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so before we get into this thing going, I got introduced to this show thanks to Jerry. I would hear outbursts of Jerry just screaming, what's happening? What's going on? Crispy, this is insane. I'm like, what are you doing? He was playing PlayStation. I thought he was playing games, like going to play games with us. He's like, I got 20 more minutes. I'll be on. I'll be all right. And then 20 minutes, we'll be back on. I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. I started the next episode. I'm like, come on, Jerry. And then he'd be like, Crispy, you would love Reigen. Reigen's hilarious. I'm like, okay. And I watched highlights of Reigen, and just Reigen is just throughout the season he gets better and better, and it's just fucked up. But like, it's a good show. Like and I was like, all right, I'm watching the show. I just couldn't stop fucking watching it. And I was like, Jerry's like, oh, you basically finished after like 3 days of fucking watching this thing. I'm like, yeah, because I couldn't stop binging it as a weekend.
I get that. I can see how this is a very addicting show.
Oh, it was nuts.
And I was surprised how much I liked it too, because I usually don't go for the schoolboy trope in anime, but I'm hooked. I got to admit.
Yeah, it was a different take on it.
It's great because when you get to like the halfway point of season 1, you're like, what the hell did this just turn to? Because it doesn't do a 360, but it does do an immediate 180.
Yeah.
And you're like, everything I thought was okay is not okay.
Yep.
All right, yeah. I'll strap in.
I think once we hit Dimple, actually stuff gets more crazier. And Dimple's down the road more. Dimple's another character.
He's like episode 3.
He's another turning point. He helps turn the tide of everything a little bit.
Okay. Classic third-party interloper. Every anime has them.
He's welcome. He's really welcome.
Who's that biker character who turns into like the little Slimer?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's
what is that?
Boss.
Yeah.
In that episode, he's just a victim of an accident with his crew that slipped on a banana peel, and they all died.
He's a thrall of a dark spirit.
Yeah, and so the dark spirit that actually lives in the tunnel is holding him hostage to do his bidding and all the other shit bad in the tunnel. So wait, Josh, you're not the anime fan, and you're super against sometimes I do these anime choices because I never pick the first episode for you because I pick episodes that are actually really good that later on in the season. Yeah. And you hate it because we don't have any character build. So, Josh, how do you feel on this?
You threw me in the middle of it. I don't know any of these people. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. You know? This is a great introduction. I'm glad I started out with episode 1 of this series because it was the perfect way to do it. I wouldn't want to start out like at the end level where he's
doesn't make any sense.
No,
I mean, who would start a story in the middle of something? George Lucas.
Unless you're George Lucas, yeah, exactly. But
George Lucas. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. There's some shows that work with just kind of being thrown in the middle of or at any episode, but a lot of shows you gotta some shows too you gotta watch the first episode to even know what's going on. And I feel like a lot of animes like that because it's such linear storytelling. That you need to see every episode to really know what's going on. And this was really cool. I liked the 2 characters. I liked I guess Mob is like the main schoolboy character who has this power of like
he's the bowl cut,
like a suit. Yeah, he has a bowl cut and he
Dumpy or Saitama.
He has the power of like psychic. I don't even know, like awareness or like he could basically talk to ghosts and fucking kick their ass with his mind, and
he can project psychic energy.
Yeah, he has psychic abilities, and I love
psychokinetic.
Yeah. What's his teacher's name? Is it
Reigen?
What is it? Reigen. Yeah. He is very entertaining. I love their dynamic. Like he's basically like conning this little kid going like, oh yeah, of course I'm the greatest of all time. I could, I face these ghosts all the time. And he's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And his inner monologues are the best. Like that's like probably the of the show. And I actually Matt and I Matt showed me this when he was over here, and we actually continue on watching it. I definitely want to rewatch the first episode too. I wanted to rewatch it before the episode, but I didn't get a chance to. But it would,
hit me up. I could give you my password.
Yeah, what the hell? Give me your password. Put it on your screen so everyone. Give it to everyone. Everyone wants.
Where's the password?
Where's
Connor, I'm going to interject real quick. It's like you said with Reigen being a con man. As you get through season 1, Reigen is a con man with a big heart. Crispy knows what I mean.
Okay.
Oh, it unlocks.
A little redemption arc. I can see that.
Yeah, you
That'd
get to see
cool.
more of the side of Reigen that's like later on. You're like, oh, okay. All right, he actually enjoys the kid.
If it wasn't for Reigen at certain points, Mob would definitely be a villain.
Yeah,
because Mob he doesn't, I guess, idolize Reigen, but he holds what he says to a very
he believes
high
that he has wisdom to impart.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was at some points in the show later on that Mob is starting to notice things, but Reigen is trying to reel him back in because he doesn't want to lose him. That's the problem. I can't spoil it. I can't go any further. And it's just like really difficult to describe it because like if you guys are going to continue on, I can't go any further. But there are some points when Mob is starting to realize certain things, and then once you meet Dimple is doing other activities, trying to do other things with the whole show. He has his own motivation.
Mm.
And here we go.
And I imagine our protagonist will find himself pulled between two worlds, sort of thing.
Yeah, in a way.
In a literal and metaphorical sense.
Yeah. Oh,
all right, cool. I'm in.
So, how'd you guys enjoy the art style?
Yes. I was hoping you'd bring that up. I loved the backgrounds. All the backgrounds were like these super conspicuous pencil strokes. They looked like they were pulled straight out of the pages of its manga. It was beautiful.
It looks. I enjoyed it.
I love it a lot.
It almost looked like it was like hand drawn, like all the art.
Exactly.
Like I didn't see really anything digital. Maybe like in the beginning with that whole big epic thing, but I don't know. I don't even know if that. I didn't really notice anything digital. I mean, I'm sure they put some hints of digital technology in there, but I didn't really notice it. And Matt, you said this came out 2018, right? Like pretty recently.
Yeah, this is very recent.
I thought we looked up. It would end up being like actually 2016. I thought it was a couple years.
It's something like that. Because this is
it's not old.
It's not old. It's old in the respect of anime that comes out year to year, but it's new in as far as what comes out in every couple of years.
Yeah, what's like the
because
like the decade.
This is actually a side project from the creator of One Punch Man.
Oh, well, I was gonna say the art style is very similar.
Because
the funny thing is,
I feel like the comedy is pretty similar too.
Yeah,
it kind of is, but like the thing is, with One Punch Man, I couldn't get into One Punch Man.
What? How could you not get into One Punch Man?
For some reason, I can't get into it. I just couldn't get into it.
It's such a great caricature of anime as a genre.
I may have to try it again. I'll try it again.
Yeah, kind of.
Season 2 is not as good as Season 1. I'm going to put that out there.
I like Season 2 better than 1, but that's only because of Garo. He was a big turning point for me. I'm a Garo fan.
The introduction of martial arts into the superhero world is pretty cool. I will cede that. Season 1 feels more pure,
Yeah, it's more pure to the theme, but when Garo came, it definitely was like, okay, there's more than what we initially think.
Yeah. He was a pretty cool villain. It's a pretty cool villain.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed One Punch Man. I don't know anything about anime, so I thought it was pretty cool.
Soccer.
What?
Exactly, that's the thing. Bill Burr it's his favorite anime. He doesn't understand anything about anime. He just loves the trope.
I know that fact.
I
know that one.
Yeah, this guy, he's like always fighting villains, but then he just fucking punches him. He doesn't even care. He's the coolest.
Yeah.
However Bill Burr talks, I don't know.
He had this like yeah, he like discusses it on his podcast, and he has like a little snippet online. You can find the animation. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I was
no,
super
the
shocked they
Mob Psycho
actually had that.
100. Mob Psycho 100 is pretty cool. I love the designs of the characters too, and the ghosts especially were like awesome because they were like as creative with the ghost designs, if not more, as like the real Ghostbusters. Like the real Ghostbusters ghost designs in that show are like phenomenal, like really creative, and like especially add on anime to it. So like they're like as elaborate and crazy as you could possibly make it.
Yeah.
And, that's what I really liked. I love the design, and I like kind of like paranormal stories too. So like this is right up my alley.
I didn't know that.
I'm gonna watch this. Yeah. Well, it depends on what it is.
Okay.
It really depends on how it's talked about. And
But,
now
I mean, I get it. Ghost
Just
stories
like-
are cool. Ghost stories are the oldest form of science fiction. They've been around since campfires.
exactly.
They were
It's just
the inspiration
Yeah.
for campfires.
yeah. Wait, really?
Well, I mean, I don't know. We're kind of going on word
It
of
seems
mouth
right.
/ cave painting from those times,
Yeah.
but you'd imagine so.
I mean, yeah, you would think
Like the stories of spirits in the Far East are as old as the etchings on the rock.
Even the
First
rocks
they-
do not remember.
Yeah.
All right, Jack.
Dude, that's all.
Dexter.
I want that.
All right,
I
Jack
want a
Dexter.
picture of your face with that quote underneath. Even the
Oh,
rocks.
God.
That'd be awesome.
So,
Put it on the store. Do you have a store?
Yeah.
No? Make a store.
Fake
Josh,
that.
you said you like the
We-
monster designs. So, as we progress further in the series, you will get better designs for the monsters and everything else, even character designs.
That's what I expected.
They sharpen up, not a whole lot, but like enough to notice a very significant change.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they get a lot bigger, and there's actually a character down the road that ends up having an ability that will show like more monsters, like more ghostly monsters than you would believe. It's strange. He has a weird way of handling them.
Wait, from season
cool.
1 or season 2?
I think that season is still season 1 because season 1 has the man. Season 1 has the short man with the mask, the gas mask.
Yep, it's got the gas mask. Okay.
Are you my mummy?
Yep. No.
I'm actually glad
one
you
for the
recommended
Whovians.
this because I rewatched it and I'm like, I remember why I fell in love with this in like the first 5 minutes. Because not only is this, for me, it's a refreshing break from the usual like shown like anime tropes. Like, okay, here's this all powerful character, and they're just gonna go do whatever the fuck they want. No, this is a middle school kid, and he's just trying to live a normal life that gets roped into stuff. He doesn't want to hunt these ghosts.
Nope.
He got coerced into it.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I was like in the middle of like choosing for what would work with the Conjuring. I was like, all right, what would work really well? I
This
really
was a
want
good
to throw,
choice.
like,
Yeah,
I
no,
really
this
want to
worked.
throw. I had two choices. It was this show or another show, and that was Ghost Stories. And I know how
God.
Jerry. I know how much Jerry hates Ghost Stories. So I'm not gonna lie, Ghost Stories will come in at some point at a moment. But it
Whether
was
we
Jerry,
like it or
it
not.
wasn't. It's not the
I don't know
episode
what it
you're
is.
thinking of. It was just. There's not the episode you're thinking of. I was thinking of using the episode when with the girl, the ghost girl that's like kidnapping all the other girls, and they're like, all right, we need to like stop this stupid thing. What's it? It was like the fifth
The
or
series.
sixth episode in.
Okay, I know which one.
The one that's like telling them, "Oh, we're doing like witchery, like sorcery and shit."
Don't
So I
spoil
was
it.
like, no, I'm helping Jerry like the episode because he knows episode. He basically knows the whole show, and he knows some episodes that we keep on talking about.
It's 2 episodes in particular. One
Yeah.
of them, it's so.
Let me on.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
I don't
you
know what's
can't help
happening.
but
Matt just
laugh.
moved this whole camera.
Okay. Quick synopsis on Ghost Stories. Ghost Stories is a anime that was supposed to be a haunted, basically What's in the Dark kind of show anime for and like it didn't do good in Japan, but it was shipped over to America. They get dubbed, and it was dubbed. But like when they were getting ready to dub it, Japan said it's doing bad. I don't care about the rate. We don't care about ratings. Dub it any way you want, etc., etc., etc. And we just took it and just had a ball with it. There's a lot of things that just doesn't add up to actually the Japanese translations of the original take of the show.
They take
it
show from a 4, drop what's scary to a -7, but crank up the comedy to a 9.
Okay,
it's Scary Movie before Scary Movie.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it.
That show came out in 1998. So
I don't like Scary Movie. Scary Movie's terrible.
I love
Scary
Yeah.
Movie. I hate that movie. I don't
I like 1 and 2 and that's it. The rest of them
1 and 2 were the funniest. Everything else was awful.
I kind of know what you're saying, Josh. It's kind of like American Pie, where you're like, okay, this is kind of a juvenile level of comedy. Like, I get why I liked it when I was young, but like, I'm a little bit over this.
Yeah, I just when I saw it, I just saw it as the start of the tropes of making like all these terrible,
superhero movie, disaster movie.
Yeah, like
Not
all
another
the
terrible parody movies. Terrible.
It all started with Scary Movie. It was just like a dawn of the new era of terrible fucking parody movies. When parody movies were fucking awesome, like Blazing Saddles and Spaceballs and fucking Mel Brooks movies.
Blades of Glory.
And they had some dignity. Yeah, Blades of Glory. And
I still didn't see that movie.
It was I, Tonya before I, Tonya.
Airplane's like a great one. Yeah, Blades of Glory was actually a decent movie. Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie.
Like it just like was the start of the tropes of like making awful parody films. That's really why
the problem with those movies is you could make them for like less than $1 million, so it didn't matter how bad they were, they'd always like turn over.
Yeah, it was always that much of a budget either for it.
That was the
half
whole
their
movie.
freaking things were bad.
It would be references like Paris Hilton fell on Spider-Man and he said ow. That was like the comment.
Oh, and Alvin and the Chipmunks is eating Juno. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
I mean, if you guys recommended
that was terrifying.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. So
Josh, don't dare me.
Do that to you.
Don't dare me.
Thank you.
Don't you tempt me.
I know Matt will do it because this is not a phenomenon that Matt has picked 2 good choices for his episode. I'm very surprised.
Wow.
So
no, I'm like, every time Matt picks something, there's always at least one thing like I don't like. Like it's always like
I was actually really shocked.
Thing.
Matt's got
I got really shocked when I picked like Mob Psycho, and you're like, "Oh, another anime." It felt like you're just like, meh, about it until I showed you. I was so happy that when I showed you the show, and you're like, "This is not bad. This is actually pretty good. I would like to watch this series more."
Yeah, no, I do want to watch it. I actually, this is something I want to continue watching, and definitely. Well, I'll definitely watch this. This is something I'll watch for sure.
I have to say, there's another show that you would like to. I would say you would probably enjoy. What is it? Wow, Bungo Stray Dogs. No, sorry, Bungo Stray Dogs. I have a feeling you'll probably enjoy that because it gets supernatural and it's like back and forth detective in a way at the same time. But like crazy scenarios are just happening.
What was the last anime you recommended?
Jerry can.
The last.
Yeah, the one I didn't know what was going on. Yeah, Matt.
Fairy Tale.
Fairy Tale. It wasn't Fairy Tale.
Yeah, it was a Transform episode. I had no idea what.
Yeah, that was a good
I
one.
had absolutely no idea. I was completely lost.
Oh god, that was a good episode.
Gone.
But what did you guys
Yeah.
like? What did you guys like? What did you guys rate this episode?
Yeah, as like the start of a series, start of a season, this is a great opening. Got the hooks right in me. Yeah, this is 8.5 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Jerry?
I took the back seat on this one because I was really curious what Josh was going to say about it. Crispy heard like everything that I think about Mob, so he knows. I didn't have to say anything this time around. But it's definitely like Connor said. This was when I watched the first episode, because I watched it. Oh God, I watched it when it first came out and just forgot about it. So when I rewatched it again, I was like, damn, this shit is good. Why didn't I finish watching it? It's definitely a great way to introduce a character. And it's also a fun way to just start off a series with just something so ridiculous as you have a fake psychic telling a real psychic that he's hunting ghosts and he's paying him chump change for it. And he's believing it. I definitely give this one a solid 9. Even if someone said I hate anime, I don't like any of the weird tropes, the weird young girls with huge tits, and just all that weird nonsense and power-ups, I would still recommend them Mob Psycho, just because as the story goes on, you really delve deeper into what makes the characters tick, and even like, that what he's going through kind of relates to me a little bit. That kind of hit the feelings.
I remember growing up. I remember middle school. It sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how he's just trying to get like the girl's attention the whole time, and he's like kind of the outsider kid in middle school when he's like this all powerful, demigod. Basically,
he's Marty McFly hanging out with this old man after school.
Okay, I will oppose to that because Marty McFly is the fucking coolest guy you could hang out with.
I would have definitely hung out with Marty McFly.
He plays guitar. He rides a fucking skateboard. He fucking basically rides like a skateboard and like hangs on a random guy's Jeep throughout the whole town. He fucking owns that town. So I resent that, Connor.
Mob has a bowl cut. Mob can't talk to girls. Mob can't run for shit. He dies
I thought it was a compliment for both of them.
Mob can bend spoons. And he can kill ghosts.
Different characters.
Okay, true. Apples and oranges.
His uncle's in jail, but that's okay. Like, whose uncle isn't in jail? Like, come on, that's
yeah. People get arrested every day.
I don't want to get too off topic about Marty McFly. Sorry,
but here we are.
On that. All right, so Josh, what's your review?
I already basically said my thoughts, so I'm just gonna say I'll give it an 8. If I it might raise up while I continue watching the show. It probably will. I just got to get the whole scale of the whole show to really, see if how much I enjoy it.
Oh, you will.
You're gonna. When the blonde-haired kid comes in, you're gonna be like, "Holy shit!"
What the
fuck? Is that Dimple?
Yeah.
No. That's not
trust me, you'll know Dimple when you see him.
Well, he'll probably introduce himself.
Like I said, Dimple is a early turning point. Blonde-haired chick guy, and a blonde-haired dude is
blonde-haired chick guy.
He gets an upgrade in the next season, but he has a hair extension. Let's just say that. Let's just say this. He turns the tides really more.
Mob meets a rival that forces him to change his perception of reality.
Yeah. Let's just say this
that's the best way I can put it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely looking
Crispy?
forward
I look forward to it.
finishing it. Yeah.
Jerry, stop pointing the wrong direction.
That's over.
I'm over here. I'm over here.
Over there.
You're making fun of me, man. Okay. I swapped back. But yeah, my ratings with Jerry with this show, it's a 9 for me because like he was saying, like you got a little bit of everything. You go through a lot of changes with Mob and other characters down the road even further, and like that. I watched the whole show. Like I have more of like a rating to it, but like that first episode, remember just hearing Jerry just going nuts about it, I accepted the show automatically after watching the first episode. I'm like, wow, this is pretty awesome. And then like I love the parts with Reigen as just like by himself and he has to witness a ghost and he doesn't know what's happening. And he has his moments like, this is when Reigen uses his special ability, salt throw.
The narrator is fantastic.
It gets fucked. It gets way funnier.
Reigen is a self-defense master.
He is.
I'm just letting you know right
say.
now, whenever you see Reigen and he's in a moment of confrontation, he handles it like a black belt master.
The thing is, like, there's so many things that happen with Reigen, and the funny thing is, he wins.
All the time.
Wins.
He doesn't lose.
He doesn't. Sad thing
I guess
is,
he never miss, huh?
That kind of makes it better.
No.
Hit or miss? Nah.
I guess he never miss, huh?
Oh, this is Reigen's other speaker move. Sucker punch. Oh, God. It just gets... Oh, Reigen just... He's not a real psychic, but he's a psychic. He's a psychic down the road.
He's a psychic of a different kind. He understands people.
You're going to really see that. That's in the first part of season 2? No. That's in the later part of season 1.
End of season 1's when you actually see actual Reigen activation. And then the rest of it, you're just like, it's just settling the dust of Reigen with stuff. And then, but 2 builds back up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
There's always
it looks like we talked enough about Mob and Reigen. Let's go to Conjuring, guys. The Conjuring. All right. So, who has seen The Conjuring before the podcast?
I've seen it 4 times.
Josh,
this is the 4th time I've watched this now.
This is probably like the 5th or 6th time for me.
3rd or 4th. Not really sure which.
Josh? Just keep sipping.
You had never seen The Conjuring before?
No,
this?
I've never seen this movie. Yeah.
Really?
I never.
Oh wow. That's surprising.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. So I watched
Screw the synopsis.
She doesn't like scary movies.
No.
But I was really enjoying it. I was actually very surprised how subtle it was. I was like expecting a jump scare. Like, all right, where's the jump scare? Where is it? Oh, it's going to be right here. And it didn't happen. I was like, holy shit. This movie's actually subtle. Oh my God. I never seen this. And then I saw that was directed by James Wan. I was very surprised. Like, oh, I know him. He's a good director. So I was actually thoroughly surprised by The Conjuring. But I wanted to go back to Mob Psycho. I just want to say a quick thing. Every paranormal crime thriller comedy basically has their own conman. Like basically has Bill Murray with the Ghostbusters and Reigen with Psycho Mob. So I was like, okay, so each paranormal comedy, great. They have the best common you could possibly have. But I gotta say, the Conjuring, I was very pleasantly surprised by how well done it was. I was like expecting it to be like the tropey movies that we get with basically any basic horror movie that we get like nowadays or back then.
Okay. So basic.
So all right, give us a synopsis.
Me?
You just walked into this. Give us a synopsis.
So The Conjuring, I guess, came out in 2013. Is basically about the 2 paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are coming back from their discovery of the Annabelle doll, and that's what I was expecting, the Annabelle doll to be like the main story. I thought it was going to be the whole story was this Annabelle fucking doll. I've seen this thing before. I know it's going to be some doll movie, but no, it was just it starts out with them.
Someone's rocking in the chair with Annabelle.
Yeah, it was just to set up the two
favorite line from the movie.
Yeah, it was just to set up the two characters of Ed and Lorraine of the Warrens, basically, and then like it was almost like an A story and a B story, like the how the Simpsons usually work. You know, they usually have like an A story that kind of sets up everything, and then the B story, you know, is the longer subject of the you know, the framework. But yeah, they move on to this other family who has they just recently bought this farmhouse, and turns out that it's you know, infested with ghosts, I guess.
Very haunted.
Probably, yeah, very, very haunted. And it's in Rhode Island, New England area. And the family has like how many daughters? Like 7
like
daughters. There's a lot of them. There's a sea of daughters, and yeah.
An estrogen ocean, if you will.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, but, yeah,
Oh jeez.
but the
$5 and a dollar.
Is that bad to say?
But no, it's just basically the Warren family just trying to conjure up the ghosts within this household. So it's yeah, that's the basic story of the movie. So
all right, so like okay, so let's go back to the story with Leah and everything. I saw the photo of that. I just want to say this: I couldn't see her eyes properly. I thought her eyes were closed, so I zoomed in. I zoomed in. I saw those eyes as pierced in the fucking TV, and I was like,
that made
wow.
Very pronounced.
That's fucking great. Oh God. With this movie, it took me a few years after the movie was released to actually see this movie, because I was like, it's Conjuring. It's just everyone's probably just overhyping it and all this other stuff, because like everybody likes to overhype movies. Back in like around 2013, there was too many hypes of movies, I would say, for me. But so I was like, all right, so we'll just give it some time. And finally, I freaking saw it a couple years back, and I was like, oh, this is actually a pretty good movie. It's not bad, but I do have some nitpicks of like, who leaves their fucking dog outside all day when they're like really worried about it.
It was somewhere in Rhode Island, you know, coastal breeze. It's nice outside.
Where they were was like backwoods, man. That was like swampland for some reason.
You're not wrong.
Or sometimes, like in that movie, I felt like with that setting was like where they were. It just gave me more like Louisiana-ish, like more southern feel than up north. For some reason. It was like,
I can see.
It's like every time they
Mateo sees a tree next to water, he's like, "Am I in Louisiana?"
No. It's like not. Actually, no. I'm not gonna lie. It was like basically you gotta keep seeing that fucking tree, but it was like it's just like the house is this old farmhouse. It's an old farmhouse. Everybody's just like the way everybody is and everything. It just felt more southernish, and instead of like more like deep southern and like more like outer, so like more, you know.
I could see an alligator.
That's a
It's like I feel like there should
that
be.
doesn't help.
Yeah, it doesn't help either. No. And like
I could see an alligator being in that swamp.
Well, like the dog, like, that's the one thing that.
I can see a little girl being in that swamp.
It's Rhode Island. There's no.
Yeah, well, we did in the movie.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, the dog kind of like set me off a little bit with it like dying, and I was like, I don't know that much about it. I don't know if that's to add to the movie or is that a real thing that happened. I didn't dive into looking for the dog death, but I'm like, it's kind of like shitty. Like I don't know why I don't know. When a dog dies in a movie, it's not good. It's not a good tone.
Well, yeah, it's a good setup.
What about Where the Red Fern Grows? It's a great movie where 2 dogs die.
All right, you lost
I
your
haven't
talking
seen
privileges.
All right, well,
You're done for the podcast. No,
no,
but
what's
other than that, I enjoyed the rest of the movie. The monsters, the designs, the effects, and everything that was happening. And like, I want to know if like, thing is like, I know a lot about the events of happening in the house, but I really want to know more, like, like a little bit more of like how much additional bowl they added to this movie because it is based on a true story, yes, but it's added like
Yeah.
it's weird because it's collaborations of things the Warrens have dealt with in a movie. That's what it was. And it's not all one. That's all real movie, like all the real like a whole thing. The rest of it's all like just it really is just all collaborations of things that somewhat like came around with their history. But the sad thing is, the Warrens do have a good positive history of being good, like Ghostbusters. But at the same time, they have a lot of issues with being frauds and have a lot of backlash too. At the same time, what is happening?
What? Nothing. Nothing
I
happened.
think
I'm
it's-
listening to you talking.
Is that me? Let me mute my mic.
No, I think that's Josh just being Josh.
I think that was Josh's
That's not.
headphones.
That's. It might be. I just switched headphones. Mine died.
Oh.
So I was trying to be
Okay.
as
That
was
nonchalant
probably
as
it.
possible. No. I was trying to not to interrupt.
Guys, the equipment's picking up something weird. She's not alone in there.
I
Yeah.
thought Josh was just trying to be funny and start playing.
I
Like,
heard a
weird
ghost.
noises.
No.
She's not setting
no.
them off.
Like,
It was
oh,
the
you want to
ghost.
see real? Play some old like things, yeah.
I did
No,
wish
but,
we
like,
got
no-
to see more of the landscape of Rhode Island too. That would have been nice. A little more.
Yeah, that would've been
establishing
nice.
shots.
Yeah, it was more
I mean, the
focused
size of Rhode
on-
Island is we saw half of it in the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
It's all contained in the lake.
It's Newport
Yeah, I mean-
and then the set of The Conjuring.
Yeah,
That's all Rhode Island is.
there's
That-
Newport.
oh,
and Providence.
Yeah, that's like
No, you're
yeah.
right. I kind of wish they did like give us more scenery and everything of like what's happening and all that stuff.
So you
but-
were more sure that it wasn't in Louisiana?
yeah.
Yeah,
No, like the
I
thing
know
is,
there
like
were
I kind of
gators
wish
in
there
that
was.
it does look like there's gate. That's
It
the
looks like
vibe
there
I
should be
got.
gators.
That was the vibe. Yeah,
Gator
That
vibes.
was
You
the
got,
vibe.
you
Gator
should got
vibes,
that
Yeah.
vibe.
I
But
did
like,
give you Gator
at the
vibes.
same point, like
Yeah.
at the same point, like I kind of want like to feel like more background. Like they came from like New Jersey too, so we never really got the New Jersey background either of the family. We just got all right. We moved on in this house. You better like it, kids. And then the dog doesn't like it. You stay the fuck outside, you, because I can't get you
Well,
inside.
I mean,
But
they just wanted to let
What
they
the
let the
dog
dog
do?
do what it wanted. You know, it's like, all right, you want to stay outside, whatever. It's our first night. It's fine. You know,
What could
and like
possibly
Connor was
go wrong?
saying,
yeah,
yeah, Connor was saying it was probably a crisp, nice, you know, summer day or
Summer
whatever,
night.
fall night. I think
actually,
it was in
it
the fall,
wasn't. Because,
actually.
no, it wasn't actually because the wife was bitching about the furnace not working and it's too cold in the house.
Oh yeah, so it's fall. You know.
So
And
not
the ghost
only
wasn't
did
really
this
active
movie
yet.
perpetuate animal cruelty, it also
Oh,
proposed child negligence.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, let's
That's
the
the real
finish
horror.
this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Family
but,
neglect.
God.
The Millicide.
So, what did you guys like think of this movie, other than what I've been saying and more scenery shots?
Yeah, I want to hear what these guys have to say. I think I've done enough talking.
Gary's just gonna bitch about the puppet. That's it. He hates dolls.
The
He really
puppet
hates
does talk.
Okay.
dolls.
I'm gonna make this very clear. I am definitely afraid of dolls. Like I saw Chucky as a very young child, and it horrified me to
I
death.
kind of get it, man. I'm terrified of
And-
mannequins.
And see,
Yeah,
mannequins I'm okay with. I can just, but a doll, it's the eyes. And
Yeah, I get it.
when I watch, every time I watch the intro to this movie, it gives me extreme anxiety to where I want to pass out.
That's a scary ass doll.
Moving past
But
the
Jerry,
doll,
But Jerry, the real Annabelle is a Raggedy Ann doll. It's not.
That's even
it's
worse.
nothing.
And they couldn't afford the rights to that, so they had to make one up.
Yeah.
You know who that looks like? That looks like your other mother from Coraline.
The other mother.
God.
I wish they just used the Raggedy Ann doll. I think it's like way too over the toply, like terrifying. Like no one would fucking own that thing. No one would buy that. Go like, yeah, this is my doll, Annabelle. I love it. No, it's fucking.
Well, it's supposed to be like a Victorian era doll, right? I mean, look at old pictures of like 1800s Halloween costumes. Everything was terrifying.
I wish it was just horrifying. Subtle. I wish it was just like, obviously a horror doll. It's too obvious.
Well, the thing is,
I wish it was just more subtle.
The thing is, I grew up with these kind of dolls in my house. My mom has a cabinet full of different kind of dolls. Josh has seen it actually.
I have
There's
seen
certain
them.
like she has, they're like I got used
Matt
to
has
them.
haunted
But after
Matt has haunted dolls. He has actual haunted
Jerry
dolls.
started no. So after Jerry told me about his fear, I have a bike down, like a little like exercise bike downstairs. I forgot we propped up a doll on a cabinet up there, and I didn't know it was there. So I was riding the bike one night, and I was like, Jerry just kept on saying, dolls are fucking evil. Dolls are fucking evil. They're bad things. And I look up. I swear to God, I thought it was staring at me. I was like, fuck, what the fuck is happening?
But just to get back on topic.
My heart got a flutter.
Like I said, I've seen this movie for the fourth time now. It doesn't lose any of the steam, no matter how many times you see it.
Mm-hmm, true.
And this isn't your typical like supernatural horror movie. Like, I wonder what just broke 6 fucking plates and 2 glass of fucking drinking containers. No, this is they're obviously a down on your luck family because they had to move to the middle of obviously the cheapest place that had land, and 5 kids in the 70s, that's expensive, especially girls.
Now. Yeah.
So I know his pockets was hurting.
Well, he has a little
trucker's salary.
Yeah, he does have a little bit passive aggressive on the father. He's like,
yeah, they were.
All right, don't drop this pizza. It's hard enough to freaking feed you already. The 5 of you. What the fuck? And later on, he says like other things going directly at him with things. The house has a bad, adding bad skills on everybody. Yeah.
So
And
it's can we just talk about the pizza really quick? I just want to talk about. So it looks like
pizza time.
He looked like he was about to throw the pizza out in the garbage. Why didn't he just put it in the fridge? Like go like, oh, I'm wasting all this money on you with this pizza. I'm gonna throw it in
on the porch.
He gives it to the dog.
He's gotta rub it in their face.
Because he's a 1970s dad, and he's got really high blood pressure because they all eat a stack of bacon for breakfast. He's just
a stack of bacon. He eats fucking 3/4 of a pound of bacon for lunch.
Yeah,
and he follows up
for breakfast 10 pancakes.
I'm just saying, like him, like he's like, oh, I'm wasting all this money. I'm gonna throw away this pizza. Like, what are you doing? Anyway,
it doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, it doesn't. It just bothered me.
I love how we're making fun of. I love how we love this movie, but we're making fun of it. It's
we're really hung up on the pizza thing.
Certain scenes were really dumb to me.
The pizza thing.
Certain scenes.
I'm done.
Like the scene with the dog. The second that a dog doesn't want to come in the house, that's wrong because dogs love being inside. What's this?
Dogs have ghost vision. We all know it.
Can I piss in here? Can I shit in here? What's this? Oh, this smells new. Oh, I got to mark my territory. That dog was obviously terrified, and those people should be in jail for letting that dog die. That was a good dog.
Yeah.
2,
good dog.
When they started seeing all of those birds just dead, I'm leaving because deceased and dying animals on a daily basis is a sign something is wrong.
And bruising on the wife without knowing what happened.
Yeah, like
it's kind of a sign too.
Something is beating on my wife while I'm not here, or she's got some kind of lover. And obviously, this is the 1970s, so she wasn't allowed to leave the house. So something in that house was doing something to his daughters, and his wife. I'm on the phone with the. Hello? Yes. Send the church over. Something's touching my family. Speed dial.
Yeah. Well,
The
they
church
were
comes
really
over and
public.
touches your family.
They were,
But it's.
oh my god!
I don't have any nitpicks with the movie. I think it's a great movie, but just those couple of things I have
Yeah.
a great issue with because that's just common sense.
I mean, if you're looking for common sense, you're not going to enjoy any horror movie ever. Otherwise,
never.
no one would get into these situations.
No,
You need stupid protagonists.
No.
Like
I don't
this-
think the protagonists.
You need the people you deal with in customer service. You need that level of intelligence
Oh,
from your
Jesus.
protagonist. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know the ones.
Oh God!
Oh,
but it's this movie. I've watched all the Conjuring movies. The second one, I say, is terrible. The Devil Made Me Do It. That was. I would have rather had that one as a follow up instead of 2, because that one to me was a much better way to continue their saga of Ed and Lorraine Warren. Because for me, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I believe in the supernatural and otherworldly entities. So what that family was going through, that was just like, oh my God. It's like we said last time on Fright Night, the ghost was playing the ultimate cat and mouse game. And it was doing it like so well. Like it'll start with 2 daughters, move to the wife, go to somebody else. And then you had the other spirits of the house like trying to get in and protect the family too. So you're like, I don't know what's going on with who, and I'm having such trouble keeping up. You're just like, I don't know what's going on. You sit on the edge of your seat for the first time just in anticipation. Like Josh said, like, okay, where's the jump scare? Here it is. No.
Yeah.
You don't start getting the jump scares until, what would you guys say, like the last 35 minutes of the movie?
Basically,
But
when they
even
start doing the
then,
investigation.
It's not even jump scares. You're finally seeing what the family's been seeing.
Yeah.
And for me, I liked it a lot because it reminded me of Jaws with how little you saw the shark until like, boom, it's here and it's here.
That's a good point.
Yeah. There's a point. There's a point when like Jerry said, like the ghost is playing games with them. There's a point when the ghost is like, oh, I'm not going to do anything bad. I'm actually going to hang out with your daughter. I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to play games with her, but I'm not going to use my real name and all this other stuff.
Well, no, that was a different ghost. That was the ghost of the kid who got murdered, Rory.
Yeah, but still, that's another ghost. And when you get to the toy, when you're playing with the toy, if you look in the mirror is not the mother. It's actually the witch that passed away. And it's staring
like
back
the first
at her.
time you look at it.
Yeah. If you look at it, then when the daughter decides to scare the mom as the jump scare, that was the first jump scare. And she it snaps back to being her in the mirror. It took me, I was like watching it. I never noticed that really with my first couple takes of watching it. But I was watching it for rewatching for the podcast, and I'm like, wait a goddamn minute. What is this nonsense? That's not her hair. That's not her. What the hell is this shit?
Hang on a minute here.
But one thing I have to say that I still think this is the greatest just way to execute a scene is when the sheriff, Ed and Lorraine are there with the family, and the daughter's sleepwalking and stuff. And the sheriff, he's just trying to get all this stuff, and he runs out and because he sees something, and it's the Puritan mom of Rory. It was Rory's mother. And he just hears like, look what she made me do. She made me do it. And you just, from the distance, you just see, a silhouette with their arms out and, obviously, puncture wounds from committing suicide. And then immediate snap. Look what she made me do. And then boom.
She's on him.
She's on him. And I'm like, God, that's so like every time it'll always get me. And I know it's coming because of it's not the music, but it's just how dramatic of a shift that they move her from right over there in the distance to right here next to him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think this is honestly, this one and The Devil Made Me Do It, because I don't count The Conjuring 2 because that was bogus.
You got Annabelle 2. Then
you got
about
Annabelle
that.
Creation.
Don't talk about
I
bad
actually
movies.
really like the Annabelle movies.
And those are 3 bad movies for me.
I watched the first one and I said I'm never watching
Annabelle,
that shit again.
Annabelle 2, and freaking The Nun. The Nun didn't make fucking sense. So
yeah, Nun sucked. Nun really sucked.
I get the
relied too heavily on CGI.
But I didn't like it, for that CGI, and then the weird blood of Jesus thing. I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me either. But
no. When did this turn into Resident Evil? What's happening?
Where's the spirit of Longinus?
The blade that pierced the body of Christ.
And this is, I think,
I remember Indiana
first
Jones.
Conjuring is, for me, gonna always be one of the best, because it's gonna be up there with the Exorcism. You could say the Exorcism or the Conjuring, and people are like, yeah, those are two of the best demonic supernatural movies to have ever been created. Because I also watched The Exorcism as a 9-year-old, and me and my brother are screaming our heads off. We're like, we're trying to watch it, but it was the scene where the girl was doing the head where her head was spinning.
Regan, yeah.
And we were just like, oh man, fuck this. This was horrifying, because the TV was already kind of funny because we've been playing with magnets, so the color was distorted.
Oh,
and so like all the vomited stuff was just all these different colors. We're
probably made it even worse.
You had an acid trip in a horror movie.
Probably made the movie worse.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
And then we got to the scene where the demon possessed the one of the other priests, and he just jumps out, kills himself. I'm like, what the, I think, like I said, the Exorcism or Conjuring, you could put those movies against each other, and people would say, to me, they would be on par, just because of how real, they make you feel the strongest emotion, which is, fear.
Mm-hmm.
And even when the witch latched on to Lorraine's necklace that her daughter gave her, and she was fucking with Annabelle, she did the classic thing. And she's like, what the hell was that? And then so she, as a kid, she gets up, starts moving around. She sees the case for Annabelle open, and she starts flipping her shit. And then she just sees the upstairs room just go midnight black, and just hears that demonic growling. And she's freaking out. She's calling for, her grandmother. Lorraine feels something's wrong because
someone was rocking in the chair with Annabelle.
And it's like that whole scene. It's like, that scene, there's no way that had to have happened, in my opinion, at least. But, crazier things do happen.
That's the thing with me with mediums. I am not the biggest fan of them because
for 50% more, you could just get the lodge.
Yeah. No,
that was pretty good.
The thing is,
thanks. I appreciate it.
No, but the thing is with them, it's like 50-50. It's like it could be like legit or it could be not legit, because they could do background history of your fucking ass and be like, oh, this is happening, and find out all the information of it. Like your history and like of your family, and like it could be basically that, or they can just do simple little signs that you're giving off and just read your like with that. There's so many issues with mediums. It's not funny.
Can we?
It's kind of funny.
Can we admit most of it is bullshit? Like, can we admit that?
I'm not a believer.
But this movie. Definitely, this movie will always hold a special place in I guess I'm gonna still call it based on a true story because it did happen. But I'm I do believe in the Lorraine and the Warrens, case studies that they have and everything. But I also think some of it was, jazzed up for
for a cinematic release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This definitely was. I mean, there's no way one of the girls was thrown around, like dragged around the living room floor and thrown into the bookcases and the window panels. Like, there's no way that happened. And especially if they filmed it, that would be like monumental. Like people going, "Holy shit, ghosts are fucking real!" Especially in the 70s, you can't fake that.
Yeah.
No.
But it's. Oh, what are you gonna say, Matt?
No, I was gonna go with like some of the occurrences like happening in the movie, but go on with your thing before we jump. You on a roll.
Oh, I was just finna say the same thing. Even though some of the events were obviously Hollywooded up, it's still like for the tone of the movie, it just shows how, obviously we all know the Salem witch trials and how serious that was.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it took the severity of that and just enhanced it to a level where it's like, okay, I kind of want to go home and just sit in my bed and just kind of lay there.
Not moving.
Yeah, oh god.
With the lights on.
All night.
Every corner lit. No darkness.
With the Bible.
With 17 crosses. No, just
and the Elder Scrolls of protection.
Yeah. No, don't bring the Elder Scrolls right now, Jerry. Don't do that to me right now. I played a little bit early today, so I can get by my mental issue yesterday of yelling and screaming. But
all right, no, I'm good.
Got it. There you go.
May the Elder Scroll protect me with bones older than your own, La Llorona.
Is there an actual scroll in there?
No, it's just a piece of plastic. Shout out to Matt for gifting me this. Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome. No,
everyone's grabbing their scrolls.
Everybody, it's show and tell time. It's the show and tell part of the
show. No, he's getting his charger. No, the thing with the
laptop charger, it's about to die.
This is my laptop charger.
Okay, so with this movie,
sad.
It kind of hits my house is kind of haunted in a way, and there's a part.
Yeah, you're living in it.
Yeah, so I don't have that kind of shit, but I get shadow figures. I get weird noises. I got all kinds of shit. But I don't have demonic crap. But there is a time.
Matt believes his house is haunted.
Oh, it is haunted. If you're a copper plate, if you have a plate on your fireplace that decides to start crying and is not hooked up to any water near it, you'll believe it.
You just say crying?
It started crying. We got a freaking priest to bless the house.
Explain what your fireplace.
So
my fireplace looks like.
So my house is from the 1800s. It's over 100 years old. My dad got it gifted to him from his uncle and his aunt. So he decided to take whatever money he had really at the time and finish it. He repatched it up, fixed it up, and everything. So the fireplace in the house is still original. And we upgraded the fireplace to have a pellet stove in it. That's basically it. But it's still original. But there's these two plates of two Dutch children. One's a boy on the left side, one's a girl on the right side. And when my dad was remodeling, him and the crew that was there noticed it was just leaking out of its eye, just crying. Not like water dripping from it. It would just do drip. There's no condensation, no nothing. It's just going. So my dad said, we're getting a priest. But we followed up. We still have more incidents happening. And there's a part with the daughters. I'm really proud of the child actresses because the acting for the scariness is freaking great.
No, we're back at the Conjuring.
Back to the Conjuring. But there's a part in the movie. There's a part in the movie that gets me.
Thank you, Connor.
As this there's a part in the movie
it was a pretty instant transmission.
The daughter's in her room and she says that there's a man in her doorway. There's a man in her doorway, and it keeps moving. Dude,
It's
the other
looking
sister's
right
like,
at
no.
us.
Yeah, it's looking at us and everything. And Jerry's like a witness to every time I have like a play Xbox and PlayStation with him. And back when I'd be in my old room and I'd be playing games, there would be a gentleman that would stand in my doorway every time I play PlayStation or Xbox. And I would say, what the fuck? And it would be standing in my doorway as a full figure, or it would just pop in with the side fit, like, look. And I would say, what the fuck? That was a person looking in my room. And I'll get up and I'll look. There's nobody in the hallway, nobody around my room at all.
Or it was the
And
light
Jerry,
from the TV shifting on the walls in your peripheral
Nope.
vision.
Nope,
I'm just saying.
it wasn't that.
Did
Well,
he had a
alright.
top hat? What was he wearing, Matt?
No, it wouldn't be
Was he
like
hot?
it wouldn't. You wouldn't see like it would be a shadow figure. It would be a full person shadow
So pretty hot.
figure. Sure.
Okay,
And that's
so-
what I'll get.
Okay, legitimately.
And I
did
still
the shadow
sometimes see
thing-
him actually.
Does it look like he's wearing does it look like there's like a silhouette of clothes on him, or like what does it look like exactly?
No,
Like,
it's just a
what's
massive
its build?
shadow. It's just more of a massive shadow, but it's about if you're standing up next to it, it's about my height. And
That's your shadow.
I'm sitting in a damn chair, you idiot. No, I'm sitting in a chair. No, and I was a kid when this was happening, so it wouldn't be my height as a kid.
I'm not convinced.
So, no, it's actually a thing that would be just in my doorway, just every time every once in a while I'm playing.
That's
playing
your brother,
Xbox.
Matt. He lives there.
No, it's a thing. No, he would stay in his room or he would be downstairs.
Okay, well,
A lot of
Matt,
shit happens.
I have been to Matt's house multiple times, and I haven't experienced any ghosts or skeletons. But we did film something.
Skeletons.
Yeah. Oh,
We
you
did
missed the
film
horse skeletons we found when we dug up the house, the
horse
property.
bones. Oh yeah, that was true.
That's pretty
true.
cool.
We found
because
horse
it's old
bones on the
Dutch
property.
farm. It was our house is an
Yeah,
old
that was
Dutch farm
cool.
that would slaughter horses and all kinds of weird shit. Yeah,
What about
That's
any
nuts.
human bones?
I would not
Yeah,
say.
man,
but
Like I
didn't
said, we
try.
found horse bones.
Horse bones.
Yeah, we ate. We. I don't know
Small
what
horses
goes on at Matt's
with-
house.
with small
But no,
noses.
Yeah, I have not seen any dancing skeletons or anything. The only thing I can say is that we recorded paranormal investigators sketch at
Yes,
the
we
house,
did.
and no
Yeah.
actual ghosts interrupted that. So I feel like they would be very pissed off at that moment. Go like, oh, these guys are making fun of us. Then they'll actually scare us with them.
I would say.
What if they have a sick sense of
I'll
humor?
show you. What if they're really big fans?
Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead, Matt. What were you gonna say?
No, I'm just gonna say it. Like the ghosts in this house, like the ghosts I believe in this house, and
There's
my
some
family
ghosts
believes in the
this
house.
There's some ghosts
Good
in
God.
this house.
We never had like any threatening issues. It's just more spectating.
They're just
That's
saying,
it.
Mm-hmm.
Say
Yeah, just
howdy.
chilling.
That's
yeah.
cool.
He's just checking you out, making sure his size
Yeah.
stays on the bed.
Matt,
Just
Shut
staring
up.
at you.
when
Try
so
that
okay,
dog on
okay.
bed.
I want to talk about The Conjuring, but now Matt opened this genie's box, and I want to keep asking more questions.
Where we ask each other whether or not we believe in ghosts.
Yeah. So, when was okay? So I have two questions. So Matt, when was the last time you seen entity or anything like that in your household?
Last time I seen
Like
something
recently,
like
yeah.
that. Okay, so like physically seeing like a manifesting ghost was actually one night I was just sitting here watching TV and just like out of nowhere it was like I would say it was the middle. I would say it was about sunset, and there was just a pure white figure shown by my bookcase. No light, no cars going by, no nothing.
When was this?
I would say this is like
And
5-6 months back.
So there was a
And-
white figure by your bookcase.
And then every day or every other day, the top door of our at the top of the stairs, Josh, that one door at the top of our stairs, that light will turn on and the door will open up. You actually will hear it handle twist open and pop open.
Why do we get any of this shit on film? I want to see that.
It just happens randomly. It's weird.
Matt, next time you see something, I want you to try to
say
communicate
something
with it. I want you to,
see something, say something.
Yeah, exactly. I want you.
I tell my stories.
Try to talk to it. I want you to try to communicate it to it and see what it does.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Peter. Where are you from originally? All right, just do that and see what happens.
Okay.
Just don't lunge at it and say, "Yo, get her."
Don't make it uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I want that.
I don't even know how to segue off of that, but yeah, Matt and the Conjuring are two of the same entity. That it's actually happening in real life at Matt's place. But I gotta say, okay, that was it. The Conjuring reminded me a lot of the Poltergeist, especially when they had the whole like paranormal investigators. They're all at the household, and there's like a whole group. They had the police officer. You know, they had their underling, basically, like their camera operator. In the Poltergeist, they have like a whole team of investigators as well at their household. So that kind of like mirrored and reminded me.
They got a tiny old lady.
Yeah. Well, they. I guess they do. I don't know. I mean, you could kind of consider maybe. They have the tiny old Nana. She's at home now, so she's home watching the Warren's daughter. But no, I just thought a lot of it was kind of similar, just in that respect, with the group doing their investigation at the household and setting up their equipment. I thought that stuff was pretty interesting, and I liked how it seemed like pretty realistic with the technology that they had at the time of the 1970s. Like, oh, the camera takes a picture if it changes degrees in temperature in the room. And it didn't seem like it went too over the top with that aspect. And I think the scares were actually very, very effective. That visceral expression. Connor, I'll send you the picture of with Leah during the movie. That was her face throughout the whole movie. And I was like getting enjoyment out of I don't want to say I was getting enjoyment out of Leah being scared, but I was getting enjoyment out of like.
Well, I just have.
Like, this is actually. Well, I mean, I guess I am. But I was like,
that's half the fun of scary movies is bringing your friends to them and watching them react the same way you did.
Exactly. I mean, it was my first time seeing the movie too, so I was like, my brain was more on the vibe of, okay, what are the tropes?
I'm watching this to talk about it.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get like the basic horror movie tropes that I've seen a million times. It's gonna be a jump scare here. There's gonna be whatever here. And the whole time I was like, okay, jump scare now. And it didn't happen. I was like, wow, okay. This movie's actually has some class to it. No, it was very well made. And the camera movements were really great. Like that one shot where the little girl was looking under her bed and she's looking for the demon or monster or whatever. And then the camera like swoops around and like faces her perspective. And she looks down into the hallway where her door frame is, and like across the room, that's where she sees the frame. I forget.
Yeah, we see nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And like the movements and the dynamic, especially when they first moved into the house and the camera was like sweeping in and it was like going through all the action of like, oh, okay, the daughter's here, and then it's following the other daughter, and then it's going to the dad. It was all very fluid, and it was very effective. And James Wan has that visual aspect to his directing, and I actually find it very, very useful. Like with his storytelling, I thought that was like the best parts of it was the cinematography and the lighting. And, I mean, he like hit it out of the park. There's nothing I really would do a little better. I would change it anyway. I mean, there's only like slight nitpicks I have, like with the. I don't know. The only thing I would say maybe is with the makeup effects of the ghosts, like they almost look like people I would just see at like that a haunted house or something, on like the Headless Horseman. You know, I almost went like
smeared it.
they just did a little exactly with the eyeliner. Yeah. I mean, I didn't hate it. I just wish they like collaborated a little bit more. You know, I don't know, like
the thing is like
makeup effects or something. I don't
I
know.
suppose.
I think it wasn't like I just like it because it wasn't like overly done. So like they didn't say like, oh, her face was mutilated. Oh, this was like this. It's more just like
I don't have a face.
Yeah, like it's just like they left it alone. Like it was just all right, whatever. Like you just get standard makeup, but you didn't die that way.
Yeah,
they just kept it as close to home as they could without making it just too fanatical.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. It wasn't too over the top, which is like my greatest attribute to this movie. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like I was just expecting it to be like a 10 at all levels, and it was actually subtle. Like horror needs to be subtle for it to be scary. If it's over the top, like at the first get-go, then I don't care. There's nothing to build up to. You already like blew your load in the beginning, so I'm like, okay, like, all right. I know where we're going with this.
I liked how they did the brightness of the movie. The brightness, how it changed after the movie. The family moved in, everything started getting darker and darker. Then once Ed and the Warrens just showed up and like they start investigating, stuff starts to relax more because the witch doesn't want to be found or like discovered yet and all that stuff. So it's more a brighter mood. Everything's more lightened. Even in the movie they mentioned that the family's a lot liver and everything. That it's a lot different tone that they had than like when they first met. And then later on, when everything started happening again, it just got darker and more serious and creepier.
Especially in the basement.
I'm just gonna say this: when her ankles should have clacked, and she fell 3 stories down to the floor, and
her legs are
3 stories. That was a story. I mean, it's still a lot of stairs, but
it seemed like a lot for her to not have a broken arm or scuff or anything. She kind of came out of that like scratch free.
Her ankles should definitely be twisted.
Especially the ghost decides whether or not she gets hurt.
I get it. She was like going down with the walls a little bit. That's kind of like slowing down the momentum of her hitting a little bit.
She's old. Bit. That broad is old.
But she's like 45.
Hey, I don't see 45-year-olds jumping downstairs.
Her guardian angel was softening her fall the whole time. You just
she was touched by an
angel.
I mean, if you believe in ghosts, you might as well believe in your guardian angels helping you down the fall. So whatever, it doesn't matter.
Where's your God now?
I didn't mean that too harshly.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
No, yeah, she should have had a scratch or something, but it wasn't really a biggest deal. I think it just served the story. But she does get screwed up. She loses. Okay, so right after the fall, she loses her necklace, and she seems so attuned with like the spiritual realm that, like, I don't know. I feel like she would go like, "Oh, my necklace is down there. It's really important. It's connected to my daughter or whatever." Like, since she's so attuned with all this stuff, like she would know that connection. Like they're going to use that against her, but she didn't. And that's just like another minor nitpick. You know, that's what I mean. Like it's only like little nitpicky thing as I could find really as detriments to this movie, but it's nothing that really like knocks it down really a peg or anything. I think the more I watch it, the more I'll enjoy it for sure. I wish
you start noticing more things. Start noticing more things. Oh, yo. I think the thing was like I kind of want to know the wardrobe thing. What was up with the wardrobe?
That's where Remy's hiding place was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what else did it lead? Did it lead more into the house? Or
remember at the end, Mom uses it to find where Amy was hiding, Or April.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but that's like that's like literally the door goes and you just turn to your left and there's like that's it. What's on the other side? Does it go? Is it like a hallway that's hollow of the walls that you can just keep going through?
Well, the floor was hollow. We learned that. Lorraine learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did learn that one.
She almost opened like a new room when she fell because then she witnesses the mother.
Yeah, it was more lost space.
Like trying to fight against killing her son, and that looked like a completely different room. I don't even know where that was. It didn't look like the basement because I was trying to figure that out.
Yeah,
it was technically part of the basement that we never seen yet in the movie. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like, we only saw
basement.
Here and there. What?
Yeah,
just more basement. It was on the other side of the stairs. I don't know.
It was the sub basement.
It's a secondary.
That's where they keep their evil lair.
Because they have the base attic and then the attic above the attic and then the crawl space.
Hey, don't talk to my Minecraft abilities, okay?
Yeah, I definitely agree.
That's the Josh. Problem. They just hadn't slept. That's why the phantoms were all over them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I definitely agree with what Josh said. It was that it's just a few nitpicks, and it's not many, but just the few he named were probably some of my biggest too. Especially because that locket she had was just like, you're a parent and your daughter, your kid gives you something nice. You're gonna know when that happens.
Even without that connection, you go like, oh, I gotta get that, even without her being attuned with the ghost.
Yeah, and it's that's around your neck, so that's all right here. So when something gets yanked from, like, somebody starts pulling on your collar, you're like, oh, hold on, because they're gonna get part of the the shit that the necklace is on. I forget what it's called.
The chain?
The chain, that's it, the chain.
So
I had a brain fart.
Go on.
But it's definitely something that I don't understand personally how she didn't figure out that locket was gone until she was like, oh, locket?
Yeah, it's a nitpick, but I like that I did enjoy that she said, I'm not going down there because they're going to use that against me to try to lure me down there so they could hurt me more. And she did make a promise to Ed that she wouldn't get into shit again from her because the last exorcism they did went bad with her. They don't 100% explain it, but shit just goes wrong. And the nun. That's when you have to wait for it, though.
Turns out he was French Canadian the whole time. Ah.
Oh my god!
That's less romantic.
That's a bad movie.
Oh my god!
So bad.
Okay. What? Did anyone else have anything else to talk? What?
Oh yeah. So you and Josh both touched on it earlier, but the use of light and dark throughout the movie as the plot progresses, as the sort of tables shift. There's a lot of, you see brighter color, you see more color, you see more natural light in shots where the family's on the upswing, like the first night after the crew stays over, they're all having that happy breakfast. People are wearing brighter colored sweaters. They're drinking out of patterned mugs, stuff like that. There's a lot of natural sunlight coming in through the windows. And then you've got, obviously scenes where the ghosts are lurking in the shadows. Those are obviously very dark. Everyone's wearing sort of deeper, darker colors. All their pajamas were like purple or gray or white. You see stuff like that. The way the toys were in Remy's crawl space were faded, just like his clothes were faded, stuff like that. And just the way that, like, the sort of gritty, sort of washed color palettes, the sort of desolate grays and those kind of pale yellows and oranges, it made it look like a 70s movie. It takes place in the 70s, produced in the 2010s, but they really nail that, like, classic palette. So the visuals were a big part of what helped build suspense towards the ultimate payoff of the scares. Because like you said, Josh, earlier on, it's, there weren't scares where you expected there to be scares. This movie is great at just building tension because it sets you up, it teases you up.
Yeah.
The way the camera is focused on one side of the room where something's about to happen versus where the characters are at, or the way the cameras follow the vision of the girls while they're checking around corners under their bed. Something's going to happen, but they're withholding it from the natural moment that you'd expect it. And that's what makes it scary, is the anticipation. And I think that's a trope that became more and more lost as the sequels progressed.
Definitely.
It was just the sequels were more money grabbers.
Conjuring 2 was
all
a
the
money
sequels
grab.
really coasted off the quality of this movie. They all got by on the name of this movie.
Did James Wan
direct
any of the others?
Just a couple of them, I think. He didn't do
he
the
went
Nun.
with the trilogy. I think he went with the original trilogy.
Yeah. He produced it, but he didn't direct or write.
If he did
the Nun,
Conjuring 2, I'm disappointed in him because the devil
I'm
made
not
me
mad,
do it.
just disappointed.
The third one was a way better follow-up to this one because it fit the theme and motif that they said. Pasta.
That's a cinema.
Okay, so Jerry, you're gonna be mad about this.
Somebody would do it.
I got you, Goomba.
So Jerry, you're gonna get mad about this. He did direct the second movie.
Well,
they can't all be winners,
You
gotta lose sometimes.
You gotta lose sometimes. I know.
The scariest James Wan movie I've seen is Aquaman. That's the scariest one.
Oh man, yeah. No, show me no more, please.
Please shut it off.
Turn it off.
So Jerry, it's a different director for the third movie. Different director. The third one was Michael Crives.
I was going to say, please tell me it's not Michael Bay.
Michael Rosenbaum.
No, there'd be more explosions. No, it's a different director for 3. So technically, James Wan dropped down. Wait, didn't James? Hold on. Now I got a question for this.
Who are you questioning? Who? Who's questioning who?
He directed the Fast and Furious movies. So that's it. He had one good shot, then he blew it.
Oh, snap.
With the rest of them.
Jeez.
He directed Fast 7.
Was that the one I liked? No, Fast 5 was the one I liked.
I liked Fast 5.
That's where they all come out of retirement.
I like Fast and Furious, the fourth one and the fifth one. And
the title of the movie, Fast and Furious, the fourth one?
Yeah, I wish. They don't give it a title. They call it Fast and Furious, so it screws everybody up.
Oh, that was the one I liked.
I don't like Fast and Furious. I think they're kind of dumb.
That's the one where they do the heist in Brazil, right?
No, that's Fast 5.
I thought it was Shanghai.
Oh, okay, never mind. Fast 5 is the one I like.
Yeah, my favorite one was when their cars turned into robots and they fought the Decepticons. That was
Fast 10.
No,
Fast Aquaman.
Yeah.
Jeez, Jason Momoa gets divorced and now he's doing Fast and Furious movies. I'm worried about Jay. I'm worried about Drogo.
He rides a submarine transformer.
I'm worried about that guy.
Oh no! Oh god! All right, I think we said enough for this. What?
I just have one question before we wrap up. Who did you say the director for the third one was?
I think I'm butchering his last name. It was Michael Chives, whatever. Freaking help me out, guys.
Mike, hold on, because I gotta look up his filmography real quick.
This dude.
Michael Chai White.
Yeah, Michael Chives.
Michael Chives.
That's what I get on my bagel every morning, Michael Chives.
How many of the Conjuring the Devil made me do it? What the fuck? They stopped numbering them, so I don't even know what I'm looking for. Is it this?
No,
one?
that's the third movie. That's the
That's
third
the third one.
installment.
The devil one. Is that the one we're looking for? The devil.
Yeah, that's the
made
one
me
I was
do
looking
it.
for.
Yeah, that's the one he's looking for.
Ha!
Oh, they're not
I
even
knew
looking
that
at-
name sounded familiar. He did the Curse of La Llorona.
Oh.
That's why
Wait,
I
hold
liked
on.
it so much. Because the Curse of La Llorona was pretty creepy too. Not as good as the devil made me do it, because that was, that's just a different type of evil right there.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I didn't even see this. I didn't even know they made a new Conjuring last year.
I didn't know the devil made him do it.
I didn't know
Devil-
that.
if you haven't
this
watched-
movie,
You can skip 2 and go right to the devil made me do it, and you would be like, "Holy shit! This is like it's
They're
scary
all in
in
HBO Max now.
it's scary in a more real manner because of what happens in the plot. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to recommend it either because that scared me to death.
Oh. Because the dolls.
Not to watch.
No.
Not for anybody to watch. If you want to watch it, go ahead, but don't say I made you
Check
watch
it
it.
out at some point.
oh
I wouldn't
God.
say you made me watch it. I watch it. Go like, oh, Jerry recommended it. So all right, Matt.
No, the
Go
other
for
one, the
rating.
first one, the curse, the curse one that the other movie he made. That's another screwed up movie too. I
Yeah.
remember that one.
That
I didn't.
one was, oof.
No, I saw photos of it. This when I was looking it up because I wanted to jog my memory. Oh, I got a shiver. I still hate that. I don't. Oh no. All right. So all right, let's get to the reviews. We talked about the Conjuring enough already. So let's go with Josh.
So yeah, I basically said all my thoughts. The Conjuring was great. I think I'll get it more at enjoy it more at a repeating viewings. I'll definitely watch this 100% again. I definitely want to watch this again. Right now, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. I'm just gonna give it the same rating I gave what is it? Psycho Mob 100.
Mom Psycho 100. Up.
Yeah,
He got the name right, just out of order.
Yeah.
I know.
We're making good progress.
He dyslexic it.
Yeah.
He dyslexic it. It's okay.
No, it's all right. I'm gonna keep it that. That's what it's called. So yeah, Mob Psycho 100.
That's canon now.
Yeah. No, these are great. These were both great picks, and Matt was actually pleasantly surprised. This episode was like, holy shit, I like both of these things. So round of applause to you. Yeah. Thank you for
Thank
picking
you.
something that-
Finally, I feel appreciated.
That's not
my
Crispy.
choices.
You finally got it. You finally got a good review from Josh.
Yeah.
I know, right? There's a tissue. Okay. Okay, so Josh gave it 8. Connor, you're next.
Yeah, a trend-setting horror film that basically set the gold standard for the genre in the 2010s going forward. The Conjuring gets a 10 out of 10 from me.
Nice.
Excellently done, as good as it can be.
All
Never
right,
got better.
Garrett, I saved you for last because I want to see you get Best of Doll. Where'd you rate it?
So I just have some final thoughts to go in with my review. I did look a little bit into, Ed and Lorraine Warren after I watched it for the first time. I didn't go too deep just because I'm like, I was a little skeptical because they always say for some horror movies, based on a true story to, draw in the paranormal crowd.
Yeah.
They do have an extensive list of things and a couple of interviews that I found. And, you can tell in some of those interviews, it was like, I wouldn't wish this on the most vile person in history. And it was, it really was just like, whew.
No, I listened to some videotapes of like some things they recorded. It's fucked.
Yeah.
It's not healthy. It's not something fun you want to hear.
And then
it
definitely,
made me more
like what
interested.
Connor said, The Conjuring set a very high standard for paranormal and supernatural based films going forward, just because of how they executed the first one, not the second one, and the third one. The third one was good. I highly recommend it, but don't say I made you watch it. And I would give this one a solid 9.5. It would get the other half point to make it a 10, but there's Annabelle and dolls freak me out. So it loses half a point for the dog.
I would argue it deserves that 10 because it scared you so much right off the bat.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to my car, get my gun, and just start shooting the fucking screen just to get this thing out of here.
Just to be sure.
Just to shoot
man.
it in the head again, double tap, Zombieland style.
Rule number 3.
But it is
okay.
I would definitely recommend, like I said, Conjuring to anybody who wants a really good made horror film, as we've all said. And then I'd recommend Devil Made Me Do It, but don't say I made you watch it.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my review on this, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 10. I'm gonna give it a 10. I'm bouncing with the 10. I wanted to say I want to give it 9.5, but I was like, it's too good. It has too many setup points that are pretty awesome. The camera work is amazing. Showing the different tones of the family and how the ghost is like attacking them and like showing like how it's affecting everything. It's good. It's actually well done. I liked how they bounced between the Warrens and the family and showing different kind of perspectives of it. But nitpick is like, yes, I did want to see a little bit more backstory of the kid, of like the actual family, a little bit more before they moved into the house. To see them more before they get depressed. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10 because it's an awesome movie. And like everyone else is saying, it did start like a whole big trend of movies later on down the road. I got dropped.
We were just trying to subtly point to him, you know.
No. So, well, I'm glad, Matt, you finished your statement. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? This movie definitely made me more interested in seeing the actual aspects, the background of the Warrens. Because I just know of the stories, but I never dove into it. I just know the basic story of like the Raggedy Ann doll with Annabelle thing. But it made me more interested in like kind of diving into the actual real stories of the Warrens. So is everyone here now? No?
Back in.
There we go. That's better.
Okay, everyone's here now. So Connor heard everything we just said, and
I did. I heard everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just wanted to, Matt. Is there anything else you wanted to add before I say?
No, I'm basically done. I was gonna basically say, Josh, what is our next picks for the up-and-coming week?
Yeah, that's what I was about to do. Okay, so next week, it's not gonna be my choice. So we're gonna have special guest cousin Tony picking out the movie recommendation.
Hey.
Yeah, okay, cousin Tony.
Little Tony Mozzarella, my guy.
Okay,
oh God.
So, I'm just reading these, so I don't really know what these. I have no idea what these are. So all right. Episode 1 of Taxi. Taxi.
Oh, great show.
That's a good show.
Yes.
I haven't seen it, but I know I've seen good clips.
It's an anime.
No,
it's
a
old
sitcom.
TV show. Yeah, with Danny DeVito.
Yeah, no, it's not. Okay, it's not the sitcom, not the one with Danny DeVito and Christopher Lloyd. It's I don't know. The image he sent me is not in focus, and I can't even fucking read it. And it says ODD Taxi. Okay, so I'll give you my unfocused picture. Yeah, can you read that?
Huh?
No, I can't.
I've never seen that before in my life. No idea what that is.
Okay, so
wait.
It's
an anime from 2001. Odd Taxi.
Odd Taxi.
The Studio Ghibli film?
Odd Taxi.
Oh no, he did write Odd Taxi. I didn't see that. Sorry. On
It's
Tap.
it's an anime.
And,
it's literally a show.
There you go. Matt's caught up.
Okay.
No, it's a legit show.
That looks real. Okay.
That's
There's
a
a
better photo
walrus.
from.
So not the
Yeah.
sitcom.
Okay.
But and also he chooses Blowout for the movie starring John Travolta. And I have no idea what that is. So I'll show you that.
Blowout.
Oh.
So
this is John Travolta after Grease Lightning gets a blowout.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is what happens immediately after the movie when he flies his car into space and it has a blowout.
Yeah, and then he dies.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie, I am not the biggest John Travolta fan, so I'm not hyped for this movie.
Oh, no.
Family Guy killed John Travolta for me. Because every time I think of him, I think of the clip where he's getting married and he's like, I'm gonna do things to her. Like I'm a hugger and I'm a kisser. And I'm gonna touch a penis? No, not touch a penis.
I mean, no, not that.
No, I don't know. John Travolta doesn't. I can't grasp his acting with me, and the South Park kind of ruined him too for the Scientology episode.
Scientology is a cult, and I will die on the hill of beans for that one.
I mean, every religion is a cult, but
there's a fucking Scientology church 10 minutes from my house, and
they know you're talking shit now.
That's
now
scary.
they're talking shit. Now they know you're talking shit. They're gonna knock on your damn door like, "Yo, Jerry, you know what time it is?"
Come to my door, and guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna hold up my picture of whatever Scientologists are scared of and scare them away.
Xenu, you got Xenu and a torch.
Yeah, use Xenu. Yeah. But we love all people of all religions.
Yes, we do.
Smash that subscribe button.
Yes, please.
And don't forget to ring the bell icon for all notifications.
Okay.
If you want to hear more shitting on religion.
Yeah, what was I gonna say?
No.
John Travolta, I think it depends on the movie if he's good or not in it. Like fucking Pulp Fiction, he's great in that movie. He's really good at it.
I love Pulp Fiction.
You know what they call a quarter pounder in France? They call it a Royale with cheese, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how he talks in that movie.
I mean, and he's gonna be as good in Blowout because I know so much about it. So if you guys don't want to be exposed, if you don't want to be spoiled for Odd Taxi and Blowout, I'll watch that before next episode. Next week. So yeah, next Tuesday. All right, close us out, Matt.
Okay.
Take us away, Mateo.
I don't know which order I should go in though. That's the sad thing.
I don't know.
All right. All right, it's gonna be so fucking random. All right.
Oh, Connor, you know your thing, right?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know your thing?
Okay,
I got it.
We got it.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching BatYard's Finest. I am Superman's friend, Matt from Gotham. Always gonna be hanging out in the darkest depths of the city. And
I'm Josh from Metropolis. Sending you off up and away until next BatYard's Finest episode.
And I'm Jerry, guiding you all with Green Lantern's light. And
rocking in the chair with Annabelle, I'm Connor, becoming super friends, one episode at a time. See you next time.
Yeah!
Wow, we did it.
I thought that was pretty flawless. I think that was a good job by all, and that we had a party today.